You'll have to excuse me if I appear tired tonight. My old bones are hurting. I've got a bit of headache. There's been a lot of commotion here today. And I just can't deal with it. I'm just getting old. Just getting too old to do these things. Not a lot of commotion here today. Well, you don't want to hear an old man complain. This is my carpentry shop. I've been there 51 years. And I think time's about up. Just been way too much going on, but I don't want to tell you about that right now. See, what I'm working on here, I've got two beams of wood that I'm putting together. And they got to be real snug. And I got to do it just right. And then I'm going to wrap some rope around it because the Roman soldiers are going to come this cross here. They're going to take it. There will be a man hung on this cross, crucified. And to his death, there he is. About slow suffocation. You ask me why I make these crosses. Well, I can't give you a real good answer, but I can tell you that I've been commissioned by the Roman army. And you know, the Roman army, they get their way. No matter what I say or what I do, they're going to get their way. And I'm just too old to deal with the consequences. That's why I make these crosses. I deplore them, but that's why I do it. You know, I come from a long line of carpenters. My father, he likes to joke and tease my grandchildren. He likes to talk about Noah. We go clear back to Noah, my father says. And he likes to talk about the great flood. And he even made a little ark. He spent days whittling it, and then he whittled some those animals that goes inside. And I love to hear the story. My grandchildren, his grandchildren, we all sit down and listen to the story about Noah. And he said, in the 600th day of Noah's life, on the second month, the 17th day of the month, the great fountains of the earth burst forward, and the windows of the heavens opened up, and it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. I looked at that story. But it was, it just seemed like yesterday it happened. You know, I guess I didn't know. My father, he doesn't work with wood anymore. He's old, and I'm getting that way too. Just this morning, 3 Roman soldiers burst into my tent, woke me up to do what they want to do. And they said, "Oh man, we need 3 crosses." And I said, 3 crosses? Well, I knew that there was going to be 2 criminals hung on crosses, but I didn't know there was 3. And they says, "Yeah, there's 3. We found another one." See, they laugh about death. And I said, well, who's the 3rd one? They said, "What's King of the Jews?" I said, "King of the Jews? Well, I'm a Jew, and I know no king among us." And I said, "Well, I've only got 2 crosses." And they said, "We're going to take them, and you make another one. And this is the 3rd cross that I'm making for the King of the Jews." And they took the 2 crosses and they hurried out the tent. And I rushed after them. I said, who is this? Who is the 3rd person? And they said, it's Rabbi Jesus of Nazareth. I go, oh, okay, Rabbi Jesus of Nazareth. Yeah, he's a thief, convicted thief. I said, oh, no. He's not a thief. We're going to crucify him. They didn't explain to me why. And they just took off laughing. I said, oh, this is going to be one of them days. I said, Rabbi Jesus. I remember Rabbi Jesus. Just the other day in Jerusalem, I was going to the marketplace, and I see a crowd over here. There was a man standing in the middle, and I could hear his words. And they were the words of the prophet Isaiah. And I do remember them words, but I do have to say that I am not very good at my teachings. I've let them go since I was a child. But I do remember that he was teaching the words of the prophet. And he was saying words that I had never heard before. And they touched me right to my soul. And I go, oh, this is the man. He's somebody. He was saying words like, he who believes in me believes not in me, but the one who sent me. And when you see me, you see him. And then he said something. I didn't come to judge the world, but I come to save it. I said, wow. Those are powerful words. And they're for us. And I said, who is this man? The crowd was really getting big. And I asked the gentleman next to me, I said, who is this? Who is this gentleman? He said, well, this is Rabbi Jesus of Nazareth. I go, oh. I didn't think that was too odd because there's a lot of rabbis going through the cities teaching the prophet of Isaiah. And I said, well, wow. And I said, yeah, he's been healing the sick and forgiving all of our sins. I said, wow. That's one I want to listen to. But now I know that he's going to die on the cross. He's going to be crucified. He said such great things. These were the words that I longed to hear my whole life. I prayed. And now I fear I won't get the chance. So I was listening to him, and the crowd swept me away. It was so large, and I tried to get back, but I couldn't. So I turned and walked back, and I was dwelling about how I'd missed my chance. I'll probably never see him again. I said, it's unbelievable that he was crucified on the cross. This cross right here that I made with my own 2 hands. I would ask for forgiveness. I have to do what I have to do. And Jesus will be hung on the cross alongside 2 criminals. And might it be to the end of it all? Will there be no more forgiving of sins, healing of the poor, healing of the sick? Because of me, because of my cross,